Welcome into the In the Money podcast for KeenelandSelect.com for Saturday, June the 1st at Penn National. I'm Tom Leach, along with Jim Goodman, Keeneland's Director of Wagering Development. The Grade 2 Penn Mile headlines this card, so that's why we're focusing on Penn National for the first time this year. And 4 stakes races in this all-stakes Pick 4 that we're going to talk about. But let's start, Jim, with the 11th race, the last leg of the Pick 4. It's the Grade 2 Penn Mile. This has grown into a nice race. 3-year-olds going a mile on the turf. And we've got some familiar names that we saw at Keeneland or on Derby weekend at Churchill or top 2-year-olds last year. So where did you land in the Penn Mile?
Yeah, I thought this was the most competitive of the 4 races that we're going to talk about. I thought the earlier races, they didn't draw as big of fields. This one drew a nice field, well-balanced field. There's 11 horses in there, or 9 horses, I think. Yes, 9. And I could only narrow it down to about 5. A Thread of Blue, the 2-horse for Kerry McLaughlin, is probably going to be the favorite off that American Turf race on Derby Day, where he only lost to Digital Age about 3/4 of a length after leading all the way around. Did all the work from the one hole. The one hole was good that day on Derby Day, but still ran a great race and only got beat 3/4. Go back and broke a 3-race winning streak for the horse, including the Palm Beach at Gulfstream with Grade 3. So he fits well here, and he's probably going to go off the favorite. I don't think he's a lock, though. I think there's another number of horses in here that came out of the same race, including Casa Creed, who ran well in the American Turf and then gave it up at the end, finished 9th. But that's kind of deceiving. He was right there and just faded first race off a short layoff. So I think he'll get better. 40 under for Jeremiah Englehart. Had 1 race this year as a 3-year-old and probably needed it to Woodhaven at Aqueduct. I think he fits well in here off that Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf showing last year, where he only got beat 4.5 lengths to Line of Duty. The Black Album, the 6-horse, is an interesting long shot. If you get 15-1 on this horse, he's worth a shot because he only finished a little bit behind the Thread of Blue in the American Turf. And this will be his 3rd North American race for Rudolph Brissett, and I think he's got a chance to move up. And I think Real News, the 4-horse for Al Stahl, has a reason to move up as well. This horse ran well at Keeneland in the new turf sprint, and then came back and won, or almost won, the J.W. Murphy at Pimlico on Preakness Day. So you got a wide open race here. I think Thread of Blue would be the favorite. I would probably take him on top, but I like the Black Album at 15-1 as a live long shot in the Penn Mile.
Funny you say that, because that's where I ended up going for my win pick, and mainly I think he's got a great shot to be in the mix at a big price. So if he doesn't win, even if he runs second, it could be a nice exacta. This horse had his best buyer figure last time, despite some trouble at the start of the race. And then there's a workout analyst that I follow who was making the case that the rail right up against the hedge in the stretch anyway was not the place you wanted to be. You need to be a little further out, and he got stuck right down along that hedge. And then the 15-1 is just even if you don't get that, if you get 9 or 10-1, that's still a nice price. Otherwise, on a lot of the same ones you are, a Thread of Blue I think's definitely the one to beat. Had a nice winning streak snapped in that race on Derby Day, but looks like a very classy horse. Real News, I thought, has a big shot in here for Al Stahl as well. Thought he was going to win up at Pimlico. And then 40 under, who was one of the top 2-year-olds last year, and I think this horse could get back, if it could get back to that form, would have a big shot. So, and he had a nice prep, or decent prep for this anyway. I don't pay a whole lot of attention to, I think that was a pure prep, and so I wasn't so much concerned about the result as the fact that he just got a race under his belt. So the Black Album's going to be my win pick, but I'm going to go 4 deep when we get to the pick 4, which starts in the 8th race with the Susquehanna for fillies and mares 3 and up, going a mile and a 16th on the turf. All 4 of these races in this All-Stakes pick 4 are on the grass. I went to Dynatail, horse that won here at Keeneland in April, one of 2 good efforts this year, and the horse has won on this course before as well, which I liked. Super Striking and Enchanted Ghost were the others I liked in here. How about you?
Exactly the same. Super Striking would be my top pick. Had a win at this level last year, but only 1 race this year. Probably needed that last race at Laurel. Enchanted Ghost exits the same Laurel race as Super Striking. Only second time on turf, so a real shot to move up here. And Dynatail is probably going to be the horse to beat, so I went with 257 here for the pick 4.
Ninth race is the Pennsylvania Governor's Cup. It's a turf sprint at 5 furlongs. A race that Ben's Cat, I think, won maybe a couple of times in years gone by. Who did you land on here?
Yeah, it looks like to me this is a 2-horse race. They only got a 5-horse field, so this is the disappointing part of the pick 4. Pure Sensation for Christophe Clement has done nothing wrong. 8 for 15 is the distance, so you absolutely got to look at this horse as this 5 furlongs hits him right between the eyes. But completed pass also 1 for 2 distance and 6 for 9 lifetime. So this horse has gotten really good for Claudio Gonzalez, and the last 2 buyers of 98, 97 at Laurel and Pimlico fit well with this with Pure Sensation. I think it's a 2-horse race here, so going 1-2, not going to make any money inside this race, but I think it's to get through the pick 4. I think you go 1-2 here.
Yeah, same here. I took a completed pass on top if I was betting the race, just because I think you may get a slightly better price, but just use them both in the pick 4, and it's kind of like a free square, I think, of just getting through on that ticket. I can't add anything else. 10th race is the Penn Oaks 3-year-old fillies. This is the complement to the Penn Mile, because they'll go a mile on the turf. And you've got a Chad Brown in here, Regal Glory, that I suspect will be favored, but is 0 for 2 beyond 6 furlongs. So I'm going to try to beat her with a Lasail, if that's how it's pronounced, cutting back from longer distances. And her last 2 races shows a significant move up on the buyer figure scale. So I'm going to try to beat Regal Glory with the 5. Iconic is another one to take a look at. Arnaud Delacour, really sharp trainer, picks his spots well. So I think that one merits some respect. But going to try to beat Chad Brown in here, but I'll definitely have to have him on my ticket for the pick 4. How about you?
Oh, you got to be brave and leave him off. That's,
yeah. If they'd pay me a little extra for doing that, maybe I would.
Yeah, you want to get beat by Chad Brown at 4-5, right?
Right.
Regal Glory is going to be the favorite here, but I agree with you that she's vulnerable. I can't pronounce LICL or whatever, but I can pronounce Ionic. Excuse me, for Delacour. So Ionic would be my win pick here, simply because I think she's got more upside. Just her 3rd lifetime start. Seems like LICL has hit a level. If she moves up in her 3rd start this year, possibly, but she's run 71, 75 last 2 times. Ionic ran a 72 in her 2nd lifetime start, so I think she's got more upside. Regal Glory is the one to beat for Chad Brown, and I will also have her on my ticket. I think we'll get to pick 4. We're going to be remarkably the same.
That's what I was just thinking. Let's go to the 8th race and structure our pick 4 tickets. Mine ends up being $36. 3 by 2 by 3 by 4. I've got 257 with 1-2 with 576 with 6245 for $36.
Yeah, I've got $45. I only added one more horse, so mine is exactly the same. So you guys, we're giving you the pick 4 here. It's not going to pay a great deal unless you beat a Chad Brown or so. But mine is 257 with 1-2 with 567. And in the Penn Mile, I think I threw in Casa Creed, the 3 that you did not use. So mine is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for $45.
Well, that rarely happens, but this is one of those times. This race, this card starts about a little before 3 o'clock, so the Penn Mile goes off sometime after 7 Eastern. Churchill's got a night card, so it's some good Saturday night racing after you've maybe shopped around a little bit in the afternoon up in New York or wherever else you might be playing. So Santa Anita will be going late, so you'll have some good opportunities to play later in the day on Saturday that might normally be part of your strategy. So just factor that into your planning if you're looking to play Penn National and Churchill, that they're going to be the main part of the card is going to be probably 5 p.m. or later. Jim, best of luck with your picks. Everybody else, same to you guys. Best of luck this weekend. We'll be back next Saturday for Belmont Stakes Day and that huge stakes card up in New York for our next edition of the In the Money podcast for KeenelandSelect.com.